Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. Niko na homa kidogo. That is why my voice is not the usual voice that you get on this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video, click that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. You know, the Kenya Kwanza government said it's building a government of inclusivity. A government that accommodates everyone. A government that each tribe will feel represented. It is in the public domain. The president himself, while campaigning in rallies, he is quoted in several meetings, in several rallies, saying that tunaondoa ukabila Kenya. Kenyans trusted him. Some voted him out. Voted him in, sorry. Now, the one thing that Kenyans, those who supported him, were very sure of is we are getting out tribalism in this country. Little did they know that they have ushered another top-notch tribalistic government. Why am I saying this? Ladies and gentlemen, I am shocked with the lists I have received. The permanent secretaries have been announced. I am shocked from what I'm reading. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand what is happening in this country. Yes, of course, a government of inclusivity that favors one region. The national, by the way, I've always said in this platform that, ladies and gentlemen, whatever a president says, whatever a deputy president says, whatever a leader speaks, do not ever take that statement lightly. I want to take you back to Rigathi Gachagwa's statement, and I will be explaining to you what it means. Yes, listen to this.
Tuwachana nao kwanza, tutaangalia hao baadaye. Wacha kwanza tuangalie wale wetu, alafu baadaye zile nafasi tabaki tusaidie hii watu ya Azimio.
That is Rigathi Gachagwa's statement, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. What has he said? Hii serikali, wale walio ndani kwanza wanyonye, wakishiba, wengine mtapewa mabaki. I have come to agree what he meant. How I wish that people took the time he was speaking. I wish people could take that statement with the seriousness it deserved by that time. He has said clearly kwamba serikali hii ni ya wale wako ndani kwa serikali, wanakula kwanza, wakishipa pande zingine mtapatiwa mabaki. Today, the president has released a list of principal secretaries, and I want to read for you the names on this list. I don't want to tell you from which region they come from, but take time and listen very, very carefully. Very carefully on the names I'm reading here. You know the names from the regions they come from. When I mention this name, you know it comes from Western. When I mention this name, you know it comes from Central. When I mention this name, you know it comes from Coast. When I mention this name, you know it comes from Kisii. When I mention this name, you know it comes from Rift Valley. Listen very carefully. This is what they have released. Presidential nomination to the rank of principal secretaries. it is notified that His Excellency Honorable William Samoei Ruto, PhD, CGH, following the recommendation of the Public Service Commission, has on this second day of November 2022 caused nominations to the ranks of principal secretaries. The President action is pursuant to Article 155 3A of the Constitution. By dint of the executive action, the nominations have been transmitted to the National Assembly for the consideration and approval by the Parliament in accordance with the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act number 33 of 2011. The nominees for appointment to the rank of principal secretaries in various state departments are as follows. Ministry and nominee: Julius Korir, Office of the Deputy President, State Department of Cabinet Affairs. Teresia Mbaika Malokwe, State Department for Devolution. Esther Ngero, State Department of Performance and Delivery Management, Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Aurelia Rono, State Department of Parliamentary Affairs. Raymond Omolo, State Department of Interior and National Administration. Caroline Nyawira Murage, State Department for Correctional Services. Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok, State Department for Citizen Services. Dr. Chris Kipto, the National Treasury. James Muhati, State Department for Economic Planning. Patrick Mariro, Ministry of Defense. Dr. Korir Singoei, State Department for Foreign Affairs. Roslyn Njogu, State Department for Diaspora Affairs. Amos Gadecha, State Department for Public Service. Veronica Mwene Nduva, State Department for Gender and Affirmative Action. Joseph Mungai Mbugwa, State Department for Roads. Mohammed Dagar, State Department for Transport. Nixon Korir, State Department for Lands and Fiscal Planning. Charles Hinga, State Department for Housing and Urban Development. Joel Armonyang, State Department for Public Works. Professor Edward Kisiangani, ICT and the Digital Economy. No. State Department of Broadcasting and Telecommunications. Engineer John Kibuchumba Tanui, ICT and the Digital Economy. Engineer Peter Tum, State Department for Medical Services. Joseph Mburu, State Department for Health Standards and Professional Management. Dr. Pelio Kipsang, huyu amerudi tena, State Department for Basic Education. Esther Thara Muhoria, State Department for TVET. Beatrice Inyangala, State Department for Higher Education and Research. Philip Kelo Harsama, State Department for Crop Development. Harry Kimutai, State Department for Livestock Development. Alfred Kombundo, State Department for Trade. Abubakar Hassan, State Department for Investment Promotion. Juma Mukwana, State Department for Industry. Patrick Kiburi Kieni, State Department for Cooperatives. Susan Mangeni, State Department for MSMEs Development. Ismail Madei, State Department for Youth Affairs. Jonathan Mweke, State Department for Sports and the Arts. Festus Ngeno, State Department for Environment. Ephantus Kimodo, State Department for Forestry. John Olotua, State Department for Tourism. Sylvia Naseya Muhoro, State Department for Wildlife. Ami Mohamed Bashir, State Department for Culture and Heritage. Dr. Paul Rono, State Department for Water and Sanitation. Gitonga Mugambi, State Department for Irrigation. Alex Washira, State Department for Energy. Mohamed Liban, State Department for Petroleum. Geoffrey Kaituko, State Department for Labor and Skills Development. Joseph Mugosi Mutavi, State Department for Social Promotion and Senior Citizen Affairs. Abdi Dobat, State Department for East African Community Affairs. Idris Dogota, State Department for the Asals and Regional Development. Elijah Mwangi, State Department for Mining. Bessie Mudoni Njagi, State Department for Blue Economy and Fisheries. Shadrach Mwadime, State Department for Shipping and Maritime Affairs. Signed Felix K. Kosikei, Chief of Staff and Head of the Public Service, 2nd November 2022. I don't want to add much. Umesikia kuna region zingine hazina even a single person. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Mungu abariki.